Hi, Rachel. It's Danielle, and I just want to stop by your post and just give you my thoughts and my opinions on this week's discussion as well as your discussion. Um, while reading your discussion, I will have to say that I really enjoy reading your discussion posts and your thoughts and, how you perceive the articles that we read for this week. And I'll have to say, I feel like the articles were very informative. As a counselor, and especially in this field that we are studying, I feel like the information that was given to us in all the articles were very needed. And I think it'd be very beneficial as we move forward in our careers. Um, First, I want to start off by saying, in your post, when I was reading it, you made a comment that really stood out to me, and you said letting go of what we think I'm guessing my counseling should look like, and fully embracing what the actual reality is will make a much more effective counselor, and holding on to your beliefs about what counseling should look like will not work when counseling multiple cultures, because each culture has their own idea of connection. And I want to say that that really resonated with me personally. Working in this field for as many years as I've been working in this field, I would have to say that if I'm being transparent, um, I think we all have encountered our own bias and our own prejudice. And it is very important that when we have these conversations and when we're having these sit downs and these one on ones conversations with our clients, that it's important that we actually put our own thoughts and opinion behind, and not and don't let that interfere with the session. Oftentimes, if you do find that you are allowing your own bias and your own opinions and whatnot, kind of finagle in the session, then it won't be effective. Your clients will pick up on the fact that you may have a bias towards, just by your body language, your demeanor, your response, your unwillingness to be open and kind of receive what it is that they are saying. Also, the article also mentioned basically not making assumptions, and that's kind of like what we were saying before too. What I was saying before, that it's important that we kind of put that behind us, especially when you are dealing with different people from different nationalities, different religions, different backgrounds. It's important that you don't allow that to surface when you are meeting with your client. Um, Also, I wanted to mention something else I saw in here. The article basically talked about, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And one of the things that was mentioned in the article was that it is acceptable for us here to kind of question and kind of paraphrase and kind of just make sure we are getting an understanding. And then there are some cultures where that is not accepted, because it's kind of like, well, I'm coming to you and you just basically reiterating what I'm saying. I need you to give me a direct answer. So that goes back to understanding different cultures and being open. Personally, I feel like in this field, when you are dealing with individuals who you may not be aware of what their culture or their background is, that before you meet with them, you kind of do your own research. As a counselor in the helping field, you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you don't know. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where you are being rude or disrespectful and you don't even know that you're being rude or disrespectful. So it's kind of like, I use the analogy, kind of like minding your manners, just so that you don't say or do anything that may be offensive when you are meeting with that person. Um, and so, lastly, I just wanted to say that this week's discussion was really an eye opener for me. The articles gave such good feedback and real life experiences as it relates to counseling, and especially when we're talking about the different cultures of counseling. When we find ourselves counseling those who, like I said, may or may not have the same background as us, oftentimes we find ourselves making those false and unrealistic assumptions about them or even their situation. Um, and so that's really it. So I have to say I enjoyed the post. It was I felt like a lot of things that you mentioned in there, I totally agree with. So best of luck to you and have a good one.